God damn it, Duffy. You lousy son of a bitch.
You got something wrong here. I'm not Duffy.
You tell Duffy we're after him.
And we're not going to forget this.
When we find him, we're gonna rip his balls off.
If we can find them.
Everything is ready, my darling. Do not be afraid. Soon we'll be together again.
This sandwich tastes as dry as hell.
Hello, double L-I-P-O-P spells lollipop.
Why don't you just go hand out parking tickets and leave me alone? Stick to something you know about.
Listen, my daughter was about your age. Then she met a guy like you. Now she's dead.
You should believe in ghosts, P-Brain.
He's a closet!
Don't hurt me, please! Don't keep me waiting for those onions, Hermit!
This is all the whiskey you possess?
Everyone out of the way of the bulldozer!
Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I am Richard. Folks, I am in a bunker and I'm talking to Jeffrey in his bunker. Hello, Jeffrey.
Well, I have wandered out from the bunker, but I want you to know that I am covered head to toe in trash bags, so I think it should be okay.
Hooray! So, folks, trigger warning. If you're scared of movies with pandemics, and by pandemics, I mean at least 6 people catch a disease, then may want to listen to a different show. We're talking about Primal Rage from 1988. Directed by, is it Vittorio Rimbaldi?
Indeed it is.
Wow.
It takes a village of Rambaldis to spread a disease?
Yes. This movie is also called Rage, Furia Primitiva. It
has a different title in a trailer that you can find on YouTube as well. I can't remember what it translated to. It was very vague, though.
Let's see. I didn't even look for a trailer.
There is one. It's very... it's like a VHS trailer that's like all fucked up. So it does not look good.
Perfect.
But it does exist.
As long as it's in English.
It is. But it's got a lot of audio defects that make it sound quite bad.
All right. I'm playing it right now, folks. Enjoy whatever this thing is I just found just now in real time.
Cover your ears.
Oh my God. Not too I think it's really quiet, so maybe uncover your groin. Uncover your sores.
Your SARS? Don't say SARS.
Don't say H1N1.
New crop of prime freshman titties. We need some fresh party meat.
He and his buddies throw some interesting bashes in group sex. Duffy! It's me, Sam.
And if the antics of last year are repeated, then this year's Halloween ball will be the last.
Duffy's dead.
I need to do an autopsy. Where is the body?
There's not going to be any autopsy. It's over. What's the sweetest thing in life? What? Revenge.
It's all such a nightmare. I just want to drop out and go home.
Kill me!
So here we are, being very topical for a change with the Doom Show. More importantly, though, we're getting back to Italian horror. Oh my God.
Italian by way of America, right? I mean, this is filmed in America, yes?
Dude, yes.
It doesn't even have post-sync dubbing, right?
No, this is live sound.
Live.
Damn. Yeah, we're in the post dubbing era of Italian horror, and I feel like Italian actors must have been pretty pissed off by this point, because there's not a single, to my knowledge, Italian actor in this movie. It's all Americans.
Brutal.
And Bo Svensson, whatever Bo Svensson is.
I believe, if we remember correctly, he is vaguely Eastern European.
Very rude.
Rude.
So yeah, this was made around the same time as Umberto Lenzi's masterpiece, Nightmare Beach,
which Vittorio Rambaldi has a story credit on.
Wow.
Now, is he Carlo's son?
According to good old Spaghetti Nightmares, it's his son.
Should have thought to look, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So is he like a fail son? Because he doesn't really do much.
He succeeded in making this.
He made one other movie that I've like seen the poster of before. It's called Decoy from 1995, an action movie with Peter Weller and Robert Patrick.
Wow.
Yeah. I love the IMDb description, which is, Baxter and Travis are two guys hired to protect a millionaire's daughter from bad guys.
From bad guys.
You know, just generic, run-of-the-mill bad guys.
Well, you know, I wouldn't want them any other way. I wouldn't want them to have, like, traits that would make them, like, distinguishable from other bad guys.
Are you a bad enough dude to threaten a millionaire's daughter? Question mark?
No.
No.
So I found the VHS tape for the beautiful Warner home video.
I own that VHS tape.
Holy shit, are you serious? Because that's how I first saw this movie.
Is it?
And yeah, one of the really like condescending reviews on IMDb for this was like, Warner Brothers, like they don't think they even looked at this before they put it out, whatever.
I mean, I have to say, it is kind of absolutely bizarre to me that Warner Brothers did put this out.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a little weird.
You know, spoiler, I love it, but it doesn't really fit with their brand. They don't have the rights anymore because this was put out on DVD momentarily by Code Red like 10 years ago or so.
Really?
So they don't, I mean, they definitely, I think, distributed it, but I don't think they have it because, you know, they keep stuff that they've produced on lock.
Yeah, because I think I asked you when we were talking about doing this if somebody else other than Code Red had put this out, and you were like, no.
No.
Damn it. So we're talking to the 5 people who have this.
We will always have the Warner Brothers home video VHS release.
Hey, it's not a bad tape if I recall correctly.
No. It's got Bo Svensson on the spine.
I know.
Right above his face it says digitally processed.
But you can't see his rat tail, so what the fuck?
Spoiler.
Oh, sorry. Rude. Do you want to go ahead and read the plot synopsis to us?
Oh, I sure will. It's quite long. He tried to create life, but the side effects were murder. What's going on behind the locked doors of university's neurophysiology lab? Gonzo student journalist Frank Duffy would give anything to find out. But giving his life to do so is something Duffy never bargained for. Primal Rage is the shocking story of science gone haywire, of unchecked experimentation catapulted into uncalculable nightmare.
Whoa.
Bo Svensson, noted portrayer of Buford Pusser in 2 Walking Tall films, plays faculty member Dr. Etheridge, who believes he can jolt dead brain cells back to life. Desperate for corporate funding, he's thrown caution to the winds and reaped a deadly harvest. So he's a farmer now? This is so... we're halfway through it. Whoa. Patrick Lowe and Cheryl Arut play Sam and Lauren, collegians. How about students? Confronted by a peril not covered in classrooms. What? They're now majoring in survival, trying to stop the unspeakable horror that's turned their pale Duffy, Mitch Watson, into a rampaging fiend. Parentheses, the amazing visual effects are by E.T. the Extraterrestrial Academy Award winner Carl Rambaldi. Most students don't yet know about the horror in their midst. If they did, they'd skip the school's Halloween ball. At this Monster Mash, some partygoers could win Best Costume without dressing up. And they don't care about whatever dance is the latest rage. They have their own death step. Call it the Primal Rage.
Oh my god. You know what that last bit reminds me of is a frickin' 80s horror fiction cover, like the plot synopsis from a frickin' Tor horror book. It's great. I mean,
honestly, yeah. I mean, this has the same level of engagement with a editor that any of those Zebra horror paperbacks did in the 80s and 90s. Yeah,
very nice.
Honestly, love it. That is one of the best backs of a VHS tape I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you for performing it. I didn't realize it was like a novel.
Digitally processed.
digitally. This is Miami in winter, this movie, when it opens, because Liette and I know if you're looking at someone in Miami and they're wearing sweaters, it is winter in Miami. It is not summer. Like this, like lack of short shorts, like 80s, like cut off jeans that show testicles popping out. This is like seriously Miami in winter.
I mean, I've only been to Florida once.
I'm sorry.
I know you live there. You live and breathe it. You're acclimated to it.
Yes.
The second I got off the plane, revise that. The second I left the airport, I just felt a crushing weight of heat encompass my body. It was intense, and I've never recovered.
I live in Tampa, which is not that bad. I used to live in Jupiter, Florida, which is 3 hours south from here. It is so much worse. It is so much worse. But being near any ocean is good.
It was like a wet heat.
Oh.
Like I've been to California and there was like a dry heat. This was a wet heat. It just like immediately I felt damp and excruciatingly hot.
That's how it is all the time. And this movie is shot at FIU, so they're in Miami. So it's even worse.
So this is a real campus.
Yes. Oh yeah. Very real.
Because it looks fake.
All Florida campuses look fake, especially if they have a lot of architecture from the 70s like my college does.
Yeah, I feel like one of the buildings, I can't remember what exactly it said outside, but I feel like it had like some letters tacked on the outside of it. Said like, college happens here.
Please believe us. Oh, and this is a secret Halloween movie. God bless America. I was like, dude, should we save this? And you're like, no, it's not that big of a deal in this movie.
Yeah, it's very marginally.
It is a nice party. They do it right. There's a lot of partiers.
It's an excellent costume party. Yes. And there are some zoom ins on some jack-o'-lanterns, but you know, it's less of a Halloween movie than the Halloween Town movies we talked about, which is not to its benefit.
Pitiful. That's just a pitiful thing to happen, especially that first Halloween Town movie. Oh boy.
Shame for shame.
Laguna Entertainment.
Weirdly, we start off at a lagoon. I don't know. Does Florida have lagoons?
I don't know.
We start on an image of our hero. His name is Sam Match, correct?
Sam Nash.
Nash?
We thought he was saying Sam Ash, like the guitar store.
I heard MATCH, Match.
Oh my god, well, only IMDb knows for not certain.
His name is Patrick Lowe.
Yeah, famous for being the brother of Rob Lowe.
Is he really?
No.
Okay. I mean, he almost looks the part.
Yeah, why not?
He is in Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Holy shit.
What?
He played Matt.
Matt, who is 4th credited on IMDb.
Dude, I gotta rewatch that. I've only seen it the one time.
Really?
I mean, I love it, but it's like all those movies I keep putting off because I'm so excited about it, and also...
But you've seen Slumber Party Massacre like 100 times.
Yeah, I know. Rumor has it that frickin' Simon and I are gonna do that series.
Oh, very nice.
We shall see. Only time will tell.
I like part 2 the most.
Nice. I loved part 2.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Girl group.
Crazy. And it's like the easiest movie you can watch in like 68 minutes. So.
And it has a killer soundtrack. So good.
Did you say a killer soundtrack?
Yeah.
Wow.
Driller killer soundtrack. Yeah.
Wow.
Other than that, he was in one episode of Quantum Leap and a couple episodes of a TV show called Generations.
Yeah, Star Trek The Next Generations.
which I've never heard of.
Well,
Soap opera about two families, one black and one white. 470 episodes. Unfortunately, he was only in 3.
Wow.
And in one of the episodes, he was credit only, which means he did not actually appear in the episode. Man,
they filmed it for generations with that many episodes. Holy shit.
Yeah. This guy's not a bad actor.
No, he's all right. That's the thing. A lot of this cast is pretty good. They're pretty good. He's running around the campus being the BMOC big moron on campus. He's like riding his bike and taking pictures. He looks like he's going to die because he's not paying attention to riding a bike or taking pictures. He's not really doing either. It's just funny.
We first see him hanging out with some ducks at the lake, and then he's like, riding his moped past some aerobics, some like open air aerobics. My favorite moment is when he takes, we get some real nice images of campus life. There's a couple making out in the shade on the grass as a riding lawnmower rolls by about 3 feet away from them.
Oh, and those are Muscovy ducks, by the way. We have those exact ducks here in Tampa. So
Muscovy ducks.
This movie felt very familiar to me.
So, yeah, I mean, he's running, he's like, I said running, but he is driving his moped around, just willy-nilly taking snapshots. Like he's not focused, like this is a manual camera. He's not focusing the lens. He's just, these things when he develops them, they're going to look like shit. But he's also at the same time, like making finger guns at people who are hanging out.
Oh, brother.
We can tell he's just the man of campus.
Not the big one. One of the men on campus.
He is a man on campus. Nobody can deny it.
We're introduced to our other lead here, which is Lauren Daly. And Lauren Daly's played by Cheryl Arut, who has definitely moved on with her career into something.
Has she?
Yeah, dude. She has 10 credits for acting, and then she has 25 credits for herself. She's an Access Hollywood person. She's a CNN
psychological expert. Forensic psychology. Wow, she
went to college, y'all. She went to real college.
I'm sorry, but we've seen her go to college in this movie. And...
No, I said real college. Nothing in Florida.
Well, she's in an episode of Murder, She Wrote, so...
That's high. And Charles in Charge. Yeah.
Charles in Charge. In the magical world of Disney.
Holy crap. That's so great. She reminds me of somebody. She's got sort of a young Nicole Kidman-ish look, but...
She's got that red hair,
Yeah, kind of, she seems like she looks more famous than she is.
That's fair.
She's having her car towed because, as usual, the only thing that matters on a college campus is parking. If you don't have a fucking parking spot, your life is over. So she's having her car
have
towed.
Not been said, yeah.
This callous tow truck driver who tells her it's a red-assed world, honey baby.
Gotta clarify this because it happens again later on, and I went back and listened to it multiple times.
Oh, please, what does he say?
Red-ass world. RED-ASS world.
Yes.
Red-ass. What does that mean? Is that like referring to like a baboon's ass? Like it's a baboon's ass
Oh my
world?
God.
I just thought of spankings because I'm a pervert.
You think of monkeys because of bestiality.
I think of monkeys because there's monkeys in this movie.
Oh, is there a monkey in this? I didn't watch it. I watched Primal Fear with Richard Gere and Ed Norton. No. So
did you know that Edward Norton was faking it that whole time?
Dude, spoilers. Oh, you mean faking his orgasms?
With Richard Gere? I didn't, but now I do.
Now we all do.
He saves her from this, right? From the Pepe towing service.
Oh, no, it's not Pepe from frickin' Bloody Moon, is it?
No, Pepe's from Ghost House, isn't he?
You should believe in ghosts, P-Brain.
Which, if I'm not wrong, is a 1988 film.
Oh my God.
How different these films are, considering.
I'm telling you.
I was only inside for a minute. I had to drop something off.
It's a red-ass world, honey baby.
I do need to point out something that the credits do reveal to us that I think is really important, is going to underscore literally much of this film, is that the soundtrack, or well, at least the music, the score, is by Claudio Simonetti of Goblin.
Wow.
And his music is largely like this like tinkly keyboard music or synth music, but also at various points at like the high tension moments, he is just straight up ripping off his own Dawn of the Dead score.
Nice.
With just like bigger guitars, but it's the main distinctive theme from Dawn of the Dead. It's nearly identical. It's honestly kind of shameful.
My favorite thing is when it goes into full-on thrash metal beats. Like, they just set the drum machine as fast as it'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sounds like thrash metal. And then they actually use some, like, heavy metal on the soundtrack later. It's all perfect.
We do see a number of things happening on this campus before we arrive at the newspaper.
Yes.
Like we see a competitive tug of war on the quad.
Oh, I don't like that scene.
Which is apparently a thing that college-age students do.
I don't like that.
I've never been aware. We also have, because Sam Nash is a reporter. So, for the paper, the school paper, the hard-hitting gonzo journalism school paper. He goes and visits the African Festivities 88 event on campus.
Yes!
Which there are some black students in attendance, but like the closing shot of it is some white girls walking out onto the gymnasium floor to do some belly dancing, it appears.
Oh my God. The whole audience looks really bored. But the black people look the most bored. They're like, this is not good. Let's why don't we have actual Africans? This would be good.
That'd be nice. So Sam Nash goes back to the paper. Do you remember the paper's name?
The Montgomery Bugler.
I think it's like the Free Independent or something. It's
the Lauren Daily. That's the thing.
It took me a second, but very good, very good. For those at home, that is the name of our heroine in this film. That's her full name. So there he is accosted by a mob of women who are wanting to rip his testicles off.
Yes.
If they can find them, because they think he is, quote, the slime ball Duffy. But he is not Duffy. No, Duffy is the Hunter S. Thompson of this newspaper.
Oh, God.
he is, I would describe him as looking like if a Lost Boy mated with a frog brother.
The S in Hunter S. Thompson is for sweating.
Yeah, he's always sweating. Even before he's diseased, he's sweating.
Sleazy.
He is nearly near dark. He's not quite there. His name is Mitch Watson, playing the character Frank Duffy. He is... I'm looking at his IMDb right now.
Yes.
Whoa!
What the heck?
He's got an interesting career.
I agree.
A producer on Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Great show. Oh my God.
Co-host Brad's favorite television program besides
Absolutely.
Murder, She Wrote. And I also love it. It's great. The best Scooby-Doo that there exists. But also he produced Duckman and some, it looks like Netflix Kung Fu Panda spin-off things. All Hail King Julian? What is that? I have no idea. Oh, he also wrote for, oh my goodness, this guy's got a cool career. He wrote for Spooksville, which is a Christopher Pike children's series. It was like his answer to Goosebumps, and it was made into a TV show at one point.
Really?
Yeah, so many interesting things. He's mostly been involved, it seems, with like children's stuff and animation. His acting career, not much.
No.
He's done quite a bit of voice work for those cartoons that he's worked on, including Miss Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
He played Phantom Pledge in something called Rush Week.
Have you not seen Rush Week?
No, I've heard of it, I think.
Yeah, I watched it.
Ooh, the VHS cover is hot. I like that.
Yeah, it was not great. But, it's a college set slasher movie, so...
Not coming soon to Hello, This is the Doom Show.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a movie that we would enjoy. maybe not on this show, but
yeah,
just
not show
generally,
material, but
like when we're lying on a couch, half conscious, we would enjoy. Yeah,
mostly clothed. I understand.
Well,
partially clothed.
Speak for yourself. Anyway, so Slimeball Duffy, apparently he wrote about this blonde mob minoring in solicitation. I guess he like wrote an article about how he thinks they're sluts or something.
Oh,
bad Duffy. Duffy's a bad man.
It's not nice. He sucks.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna get his balls ripped off, so it's fine.
The sooner the better.
Yeah. It's around this time, after Sam Nash covers for Duffy as he's hiding under a desk so he doesn't get his balls ripped off yet, that we also find out the illicit activities, not the solicitation, but the other illicit activities that are going on this campus involving one Bo Svensson.
Holy shit.
The term for what he's doing here in his lab is a psychoplasmic regeneration, which I guess means regrowing brain cells.
That's we're gonna be pseudoscientific, very, very pseudoscientific today.
Oh, for sure. In a way that I don't even understand, but that's fine. I mean, we usually don't understand.
Brain cells injected into monkey. That's what I said in my notes.
Excuse me, into puppet monkey.
Oh, okay. So we do have a monkey.
There is a real monkey, yeah.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's hurt in any way. It definitely looks like they pissed it off. They made this monkey very angry, which isn't cool. But for the gory bits, they have the shittiest puppet monkey that looks like a dog. It's so cute. I love this guy.
I think they only have the real monkey for the one scene later. I mean, here I think it's a puppet throughout.
What is the movie where the baboon terrorizes a laboratory?
So there are multiple movies that are Shakma is one. I mean, that's. Yeah, Shakma is so good.
I've never seen it. I just know what it is.
Oh, really? Oh my god, I love Shakma. Shakma has the best trailer that's ever been cut, where it just has this voiceover narrator going Shakma. You could cut together Shakma and Gappa, if you want to.
Oh shit, and Spasmo, yeah.
Shakma, Gappa, Spasmo.
All right, I'm on it.
Gappa.
In that movie, Roddy McDowell he walkie-talkies in his performance.
Oh my god.
I think they're playing like D&D, sort of. They're playing like some sort of weird game in this like college laboratory campus buildings when a killer monkey runs around. There's so many good killer monkey movies in horror. And my favorite is Link.
Link is good. I remember being really terrified, and like it's like a genuinely smart movie, if I recall correctly.
Sure.
I mean, I was 13 when I watched it, so it made me feel smart.
I mean, there's perhaps no better scene in film history, cinema history, than the moment where the abnormally scientifically altered smart monkey is wearing pants and walks into a bathroom on Elizabeth Shue, who is nude, get just out of a shower, and they just stand and stare at each other for a moment. It's a moment.
That sounds like highbrow entertainment to me. So
agreed. Terrence Stamp is in it, so it's good.
Hey, that's it. He's like a college course and an actor.
Well, Terrence Stamp is not in this movie. Instead, we've got Bo Svensson.
So, folks at home, if you've been doing your Hello, This is the Doom Show research, like I know you have, about 1 billion years ago, Jeffrey and I covered Beyond the Door 3, a.k.a. Amok Train. And much joy was had because frickin' Bo Svensson is hilarious in that one.
He had a great scarf in that one. You may also remember him from the Walking Tall films, where he played Buford Puser?
Yeah, I know those exist. I always mix those up with Billy Jack. I don't know why.
I've not seen the original Walking Tall films, but I have seen the remake with The Rock and Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, boy.
It was good.
Well, of course.
It's about 70 minutes long. It is in and out, and there's a lot of Walking Tall in that
There's
movie.
some sequels to that, to that remake.
Is there really?
Walking Tall, The Payback.
Who's in that?
Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
It's a bit of a downgrade.
Was it the Great Value?
Great Value, digitally produced. No, what was it? I forgot already.
Digitally processed.
Digitally processed. So Bo Svensson here is what's his name in this film? He is a doctor, right? So yeah, he's regrowing brain cells, which makes sense because he's already mastered growing rat tails.
Oh no.
He has a rat tail in this movie.
That is a choice. That is a choice by an actor to do that. That's brilliant.
I mean, is it really a rat tail, like technically, or is it just like the most pathetic ponytail?
How dare you?
Or is it a mullet that has been restrained?
I don't even know how you could contain one, but yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, it's a look. It is definitely a look.
The sunglasses man wants to cut the funding for the project, and he's begging, Bo Svensson is begging him not to cut it.
Desperate man in desperate circumstances, so he's going to do some crimes real soon.
Holy shit.
We connect back with Lauren, who meets her new roommate, the formerly pregnant Debbie.
Oh boy.
Who, caution here, prepare yourself, she had an abortion.
Oh, speaking of triggers, dude, you can't talk about that subject.
She is played by one Sarah Buxton, who has a fairly, she has a larger filmography than most people in this movie outside of Bo Svensson. I recognize her.
Nightmare Beach.
Yeah, she's in Nightmare Beach.
She's in Nightmare Beach.
From Amazing. The same year. Crazy. Yeah, so I guess they just cast her in both. She's also in... What else is she in? She's in Less Than Zero.
Less Than Zero. Wow.
An episode of Freddy's Nightmares. Rock and Roll High School Forever.
Holy shit.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
That's, classic career here.
An episode of Silk Stockings.
Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. So she was on 2 or 3 major frickin' soap operas.
Mm-hmm.
So she was on something called Sunset Beach for like 500 episodes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, same. She was on The Bold and the Beautiful for like almost 200 episodes. But then she was on Days of Our Lives, and her character's name was Crystal Galore. Was she a porn star? Was she supposed to be a porn star on that? Because Crystal Galore? Holy shit.
What I'm going to suggest is that you go and you start watching Days of Our Lives from the beginning.
Yes.
And you wait until you get to episode, 9,800. No,
I'll call you in a month. I'll be like, Jeffrey, they cured the virus, but I'm still watching the black and white episodes. I got to go back to work.
Listen, we got time.
Man.
So she's great. Sarah Buxton. I love her. She's great.
She's really great in this movie. I really like her character.
She is. I remember when I watched this, or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe I remember her from this and she made an impression, and then I watched Nightmare Beach and I was like, oh, she's in that too.
Yep.
But she's very good in this movie for sure. We also meet, what's her name? Lauren's other roommate, which is an elf plush on her nightside table with a little note on it that says, I heart Lauren.
Holy shit. So she walks in and Debbie is rummaging through the closets and she's like, oh, hi, who are you? And I'm like, I'm your roommate. Where have you been? And they drop the whole freaking abortion thing. And she's like, oh, I've never met anyone who would admit to something like that before. And Debbie says, welcome to the real world, Road Rules Challenge.
That still exists.
Fuck. That's why the frickin' coronavirus exists.
Because of the challenge on MTV. Yeah, I think that's probably right. That was, I was thinking it was maybe Sam Nash at the beginning hanging out with those ducks. I was thinking maybe he was patient zero. But now I think it's anybody who's been on the challenge.
Exactly. So in this apartment, aside from good old Alf, There's a tasteful David poster. There's a statue of David poster. They've covered the junk.
With some undies, yeah.
Yep, there's a James Bond poster, which, according to the trivia, is for The Living Daylights.
Yeah, it's Timothy Dalton Bond, yeah.
And there's some other things I couldn't quite place. There's a lot of cool, well, not cool, a lot of strange set design work.
There's a Western star. I can't tell exactly who it is. Is it Gary Cooper? I don't know.
I think it's Gary Cooper.
That was my first thought, yeah. The best one is in the bathroom of this.
Oh,
I guess is this student housing or is it off campus house? I mean, it feels
They're
like
definitely
it's gotta be
off campus,
which is weird that she doesn't know that she has a new roommate. Anyway, in the bathroom, on the back of the bathroom door is a Spuds MacKenzie
watching you
poster
naked and poop. Yeah, that's not right.
He's surfing on a surfboard and it says "Hang 20."
Which I just got. I'm such an idiot. Oh, because dogs have 25 feet. I understand. Shit.
No, you stupid. Dogs have 20 lives. Did you know?
Oh, Spuds MacKenzie, never use up your lives, please.
Look, here he comes.
That's a super party animal. His name is Spuds MacKenzie.
Spuds MacKenzie.
A real hot night and a cold Bud Light puts him in a party frenzy.
He's Spuds MacKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
That's Spuds. He is the party.
So we connect back with Duffy and Sam at a local establishment of ill repute, where we have, in quick succession, a number of very memorable catchphrases. They're talking about Bo Svensson at his laboratory, quote unquote, humping his monkeys. Because they want to get the story about what's going on their campus, which is, fair. We have some other great lines here, which is, this one's one to live by. Quote, "A turd is a turd is a turd."
Well, turd is a turd is a turd, right? I'll drink to that.
And Sam at one point accuses Duffy of only seeing one color. Quote, "Shit brown."
This guy's a real poop fiends.
Yeah, there's poop is a running theme. Yeah, for sure. So basically, Duffy is encouraging Sam to break into Bo Svensson's laboratory, while at the same time poisoning a drunk at the bar.
Oh my God, that's not nice.
Definitely not nice. And Duffy, when he realizes Sam is not going to do it, he decides that he is going to do it himself. Because he feels like it's not against the law to do so. Although he does believe that picking your nose in public is against the law. So Duffy is, I think he's ill-informed at the bare minimum.
Yes.
So he goes that night to break into Svensson's laboratory. And when he first breaks in, he describes the set decoration by saying that the decor is, quote, high-tech Frankenstein, which I guess is like in contrast to like analog Frankenstein or like steampunk Frankenstein. I don't know. I mean, it just looks Frankenstein to me, but okay.
Oh man, you peel back one of those ceiling tiles and you just see gears and little whistles letting steam out.
So he basically makes this monkey's very bad life even worse.
Oh God.
By flashing bright lights in his face. This is an agitated monkey because I don't think we've mentioned it, but the brain cell regeneration experiments didn't go so well.
No, but it's turned this monkey into a rage-fueled beastie.
It happens.
A turd is a turd is a turd, my friend.
A turd is a turd is a turd. It's a red-ass world. It's a red-ass baboon world.
Oh, man. When the monkey breaks out after he gets severely pissed off by stupid-ass Duffy, the music goes completely bonkers. Oh my god. And then he turns into a bear dog, and the bear dog puppet creature and bites Duffy, thank God.
And then it runs outside and immediately gets like hit by a police car.
Yes. And they accuse it of attacking the car. And I'm like, you fucking ran it over.
Specifically, they accuse it of attacking the car like a, quote, mad dog. It's a mad monkey, you fucking dunces.
Oh, they're specious. I don't like that.
You know, I think that's what they are.
Oh, this scene is so funny. Oh my god, I'm so glad that it's so obvious this monkey, other than being harassed in its cage and jumping around, wasn't hurt in any way, because I just laughed and laughed.
They had the monkey for 3 hours of filming. They had to get the most they could get. And then that monkey went to heaven.
Oh my god, that's a very good reference to the band called Nirvana.
Correct. You got it.
This monkey's gone to heaven.
This monkey's in utero.
Did you say in utero?
Yes.
Speaking of abortions.
This monkey's been bleached.
Oh, brother.
We then head to class with the most realistic college professor I've ever seen. He is the most bland and affectless goon. He looks like, oh my god, he's just got like this perfectly, like he almost looks like a cone head with like a perfect like 3/4 nest of hair circling that chrome dome. And he, just completely without affect. So bland. He has this great line. I took a moment to write it down that said, "No, come on. It was on your homework assignment."
He is not getting through to these fucking kids.
He's also a total lech, as we see.
Yes.
And as is made clear to us, he's staring at the short... Oh, here's those short... Well, it's a short skirt, but same thing. The Floridian legs you have told us about.
Oh, they're all real.
Yeah, he's staring at the legs of this student who he's going to be taken out on a date a little bit later. But the most important thing is that Debbie comes in at one point late to this class and is able to solve the math problem that nobody else is able to because she's a math genius.
She solves the longitudinal of the inverse integer of the trapezoid.
Listen, she's got an IQ of 184.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really high. I mean, I don't put much stock in 184, in the intelligence quotient. That's what it's called, right?
That's just because you're jealous.
184 is like extremely high.
You don't think a woman can be smart, you fucking asshole?
It's more just like, I don't know if anybody can be that smart.
Oh, okay.
That's
I don't know.
Really smart.
I know that everyone's smarter than me.
Okay. So I looked this up, and I'm glad that I did, because the maximum IQ score that is currently assigned is 160. So she is beyond genius level. She is smarter than Einstein, who was a 160.
That explains why she's really into Duffy later.
Yeah, because...
smart girls got good taste in dudes.
Holy moly. The funniest thing is that in the scene after she's revealed her imaginary IQ score, Lauren says, "But you don't look..." Meaning, you don't look smart.
Don't look like a nerd. Holy shit. This is so fun. Oh my god. After class, we get our frat boys, our trio of pieces of shit.
These are our villains, like our outright villains. I mean, the monkey disease is the most villainous thing, but well, I mean, these villains are the ones. They're led by a man named Lovejoy, which is ironic because anyone who's ever made love to him has certainly never had any joy.
No. This is played by someone named Doug Sloan, who he acted a little bit, but mainly he's a frickin' animal trainer, horse wrangler, and
stuntman, it looks like.
Yeah.
He did some stunts for Hannibal. Not the show, but the film. Interesting.
Classic film. Oh my god. Well, that's film.
It is a film.
We found out something. Lovejoy is terrible. He's hilariously terrible until he becomes rapey terrible, and you're like, oh.
I think he's like, wow, I didn't think he could get worse.
And then he does.
Hey, bud, what's shaking? A new crop of prime freshman titties. We need some fresh party meat.
But he's hitting on the girls, and good old Sam Nash breaks it up.
Well, this is the weirdest thing, because he's walked up to Lauren and, what's her name? Debbie, to pretend like he's doing a campus survey. And Sam Nash comes over, and apparently he's heard about this either secondhand or he's observed it firsthand about the questions that are asked in the survey. And apparently Lovejoy builds up to asking about are you wearing panties? And apparently this works. This is a strategy that's worked in the past, where it has helped him initiate group sex, or as I think we see later on, possibly sexual assault with him and his frat bros. Which is weird, that this is a thing that works for him. His line of questioning.
He's just so charming and so good looking.
He looks like. I don't know what he looks like.
He looks like a bag of shit.
Oh
my God.
Fair enough. Well, as Sam Nash tells Lauren after the fact, don't let these ivy walls fool you. This place is a jungle. I mean, fair enough, because it has the same sort of diseases that rage through a jungle, yeah.
So this is 28 days later, the prequel. This is 28 years before.
I mean, it really is. Well, is it really that long? Come on.
I don't know time.
I don't remember when 28 Days Later came out. 2001? Do you want to say 2001? Who knows? It came out.
Research.
We don't do it. Why bother? Sam Nash goes to visit Duffy, who is sick.
Now this is disgusting.
Well, Duffy, where does Duffy live? This is, again, definitely not campus house.
No. This is his grandmother has passed away and foolishly left him her house, and he didn't deserve it because it's a fucking pigsty.
It's very dark. There's lots of unfinished wood. There's a medicine cabinet that just has some painkillers and an opened can of beer inside. This is not a nice place.
So he's telling Duffy that they have a double date, and I'm like, what? So he actually thinks it's a good idea to go out with Lauren and Debbie, and his fantastic pick for Debbie's date, he's gonna bring his trashy friend.
Well, weirdly enough, it works out perfectly, because though he's sweating like a fiend, and pissing like someone who has had a few too many medicine cabinet beers, Duffy is able to charm Debbie quite well.
Well, he before he goes, we see his wound from the monkey bite looking all gnarly, so he pours some disinfectant on it. And by disinfectant, I mean Old Milwaukee or some shit.
Yeah, it's that.
Whatever. Coors Light. I don't even remember.
It's like a natty ice. It's the nastiest beer you can imagine.
Oh, no. They were all out of Schlitz. It's terrible.
What's more natural than natural light?
Back at the lab, Doctor is watching the tape. They had security tape, and he gets to see a very beautifully shot scene on tape of the monkey attacking our buddy Duffy. And so he's like, aha, I'm a scientist.
He's like Orson Welles in those wine commercials. Oh!
Oh my God, yes he is.
Ah, the French champagne.
But the sober-ish scientist.
Uh-huh.
So the double daters go out to the bar, and they're jamming to some tunes at this terrible bar. But the funny thing is, instead of the girls going pee together so they can talk about the boys, frickin' Nash and Duffy go pee together so they can gossip about the girls and pee on each other.
You pee on me, I pee on you. Crisscross.
Marking their territory. Oh!
That's my remake of Strangers on a Train. Crisscross, applesauce. You pee on me, I pee on you. Even Stevens.
Oh, they're marking their territory, which is each other.
Duffy is able to really charm Debbie in this scene by wrist squeezing Lovejoy into submission. Lovejoy comes up when the women are alone. I think it's when they went to the bathroom, right? When the men went to the bathroom.
Yep.
And they're accosting. And Lovejoy has the very charming line, which apparently, again, has worked for him in the past, which is, what say you, I lose my face in your tits.
Wow.
Yeah. Charming, right?
That was in my vows when Leah and I got married. That was in our vows.
And will you, Leada, lose your face in Richard's tits?
And she did, and has many times.
Yeah, I mean that's you when you renew your vows.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
I'm rather voluptuous. Thanks for asking. I really thought they were gonna go for a gore sequence here with him like breaking his arm, like The Fly or something like that. But they decided to save all the goodness for later. Yeah.
So Duffy and Debbie go off to a pool where, you know, he charms her some more, tells her, you know, those guys were a bunch of scrotes.
Yeah.
And whoopsie, he accidentally bites her and infects her when making out. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this for a moment. I mean, I love swimming pools at night. I love swimming pools at night in any movie, especially in a horror movie. But this scene is so strange. She's like really into him because no one has ever defended her before, or no one has ever stood up for her before, which is really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're making out, he gets too aggressive, and I really thought he just like tried to kiss her too hard. No, he bit her neck, like a hole in her neck.
This is a grievous wound.
That's insane. And she still goes back for more.
Well, you know, second chances.
Oh my God, 184, everybody. So we after this scene, we go back to Nash's weird room, his cell that he has with another roommate who we don't see until later, his gambling addicted roommate. And so we see
that's such a weird detail.
Yes.
Do we ever meet that roommate?
Yes, he shows up and falls asleep and goes, "I'm sorry for interrupting."
Oh, yeah. That's so weird. What a strange moment.
Oh, my God. Oh, one funny thing about Debbie and Duffy is they're referencing more famous movies. They're talking about And Justice for All. And I've never seen that, but I just laugh because I'm like, don't reference other movies.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the Metallica album.
Oh, that, yeah. Man, no bass.
Ride the lightning.
Turn that bass down in the mix so we can't hear it.
Garage Incorporated.
Saint Anger.
Saint Anger. So in the early Napster days, I downloaded Saint Anger, but it wasn't Saint Anger. It was just another, like an entirely different band that I think was trying to promote their own music by saying that it was Saint Anger. So I downloaded it, I burnt it to CD, and I was like listening to it. I'm like, man, Metallica sounds really different. Oh,
I want to do that. I want to do that now. Can I do that? Is Napster still around?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool, dude. I love when you download a song from Amazon, like you actually pay for an MP3, and it has Napster level mistakes in it. The MP3 will play all the way through, but then there'll be a random clip of a different song for a split second. And you're like, I paid for this. I paid for this. Fuck.
I loved in the Napster, Kazaa, Soulseek days where you would be like searching for things and you would find like, listen, in this one, Radiohead, Metallica, and Nirvana are all on stage together and they play a song together.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember? You don't remember those? Yeah.
No.
Oh, it was a real thing. You encountered it quite often.
Oh no! Well, I remember BearShare. I cleaned up on BearShare. That was the one that nobody was using.
Wow!
So I used that one a lot. That one and LimeWire were my jam.
Oh, LimeWire, yeah.
Everything I got from Napster was fucked up in some way. Like it'd be the whole album as a 43-minute track. Oh, cool!
The kids don't know what we're talking about.
I know, dude. We're so old that we admit to downloading music. There's no repercussions.
Listen, it's fine. All is forgiven.
So the next morning at school, at the school clinic, Duffy is waiting to get looked at, and he can't hold his shit together.
Yeah, no, he goes wild. He knocks over some bookcases. He does some primal screaming. His temples squirt juice.
The doctor determines that he has the patience of an average college student.
I mean, what he really clearly needs is some more beer. Some more medicine cabinet beer. Just dump it over your head.
Cool down, mister.
Cool down.
So yeah, there's a baseball player there waiting to get looked at. And of course, because the baseball player is there, he has a bat. And that's where Duffy gets the bat and starts swinging a bat around. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my God. He runs out, and then a blood vessel on the side of his head explodes, and he kind of collapses on the ground.
Yeah.
Man, that's some serious freaking STDs right there, boy.
I mean, this movie is a warning.
Yep. I still can't believe she was kissing him just because he was even sweatier and clammier and shittier looking than ever. Why would she even?
And still his one paperclip earring. Yeah. Duffy,
gotta have two. Gotta have at least two.
Duffy.
So next we see the dean and I want to say another dean lady. I don't know. Two very important looking people talking about the Halloween bash.
They're a little bit worried about it because the kids these days, they're so debased. They're always doing the drinking and the drugs and the nudity.
Yep.
College students.
Hey, they got over it. They're not absolutely partying during a pandemic right now or anything.
No, college students would never do that. What do you mean?
They would never come to a state called Florida and party and get in close proximity of one another, even though it's really fucking irresponsible.
Yeah, I'll miss you when you're gone, Richard.
Hey, I have not been watching the news. I'm not mad at all.
We do have a scene at some point, Duffy continues his rampage. He gets up from his exploded blood vessel, and he starts fucking up a cop car with a road sign.
Yes!
And he starts looking like a he gets pretty nasty looking. I would describe him as looking like a Raimi brother who was transforming into a Cenobite.
Not quite near dark though.
Not quite near dark. Nearly.
There's also a scene with the frat boys playing racquetball together, which it's just the beginning of setting up their homosexual relationship.
And what crimes they can do.
Oh boy, yeah, racquetball is probably the sickest thing they get up to.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to go out and say that anybody who plays racquetball is definitely a sex pervert.
Yes, it happens in every movie.
Sex criminal, even.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm justified in saying this, and nobody can possibly counter my argument.
No one here will.
No.
The audience of two. One of us is you, and the other is me. So we're good.
It's a full broad spectrum representation right there.
So Debbie isn't feeling too good. We see her sweating and shivering and looking genuinely like she ought. And then Nash goes to see Duffy, but he's not home. And he finds his camera. So Duffy borrowed his camera, took a bunch of pictures, which pissed off the monkey, which, good job. So Nash is finally going to find out exactly what Duffy saw, which is a monkey.
It is a monkey. I mean, yep. Shocker.
Yeah. No, Shakma.
You got me.
Oh, boy. So, So Duffy kills a cop who tries to help him, or just tries to stop him from doing something, or is a security guard. I forget. He fucking kills somebody.
It's a cop. Yeah. I mean, he literally pulls a street sign out of the ground. It's pretty cool, actually. And then he just starts, he's like, "Fuck the police," and he starts bashing in their windshield.
He's blameless for this crime.
Also, as always, I'm watching the film on mute as we're talking, and during the scene, a cop walks by. I think it's the math classroom from earlier. I think that has a sign, a paper sign outside, taped to the wall that says "Geology Seminar Meeting." Brutal. That's more brutal than any of the violence that happens in this movie.
Oh boy, they must be talking about karsts or something.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. The frat boys are on the prowl. They're driving around their convertible, listen to heavy metal. Debbie is going somewhere, probably to get some medical assistance or something, and she unfortunately is spotted by them and they kidnap her.
They abduct her. It is honestly, pretty upsetting.
Yeah, this is a very disturbing scene.
I mean, we like Debbie a lot,
Of course,
I mean,
of course.
Even if there's a character we didn't know, it would be upsetting because they abduct her. They like pick her up and put her in the car. She's sick. She's obviously not well at all. They force feed her beer and they talk about turning her into a porcupine. It's so gross.
Oh boy. Before we get to what they attempt to do to Debbie, Nash calls the doctor or goes to see the doc, I forget which, and he tells him about the photos and he's like, we got to go to the police. We got to do this. I'll go to the cops. And doctor completely freaking like coerces or guilts or something, just talks him out of going to the police. It's so ridiculous. It's so obvious what he's trying to do. And I just found it fun. Because Nash, he folds like a frickin' thing that folds, like into a small thing that's folded.
He folds like a matchbook.
Oh!
Yeah. So I will admit that, we're only about 45 minutes in. So we're about exactly halfway through the movie.
Don't depress our audience.
My notes get very sparse from here on out.
Oh, I wish mine did. I don't lose it till the end. I completely lose it at the end, but I'm pretty good. I'm good to go for another 2 or 3 hours of talking from us.
Well, good. You can definitely lead things. I mean, I would say that my interest definitely lies in the first 45 minutes of this movie. I think that it does not turn bad at any point.
Right.
But it becomes a lot more like just things happening, but not truly bizarre things happening from here on out. It just becomes more of like a horror machine. Which can be very fun, as we'll talk about.
I'm very interested to hear when we get to how we feel about this movie. Because it kind of ties into how I feel about this movie. Our 3 wannabe rapists. Now, they may have been rapists before, but they definitely become wannabe rapists with good old Debbie here because she kicks their asses. I mean, she beats the shit out of these guys and bites the shit out of them as well, which is important, of course, for a disease movie like this. But here's the weird part. These guys try to go like David Lynchian character bad. They put weird masks on. They put on like pantyhose over their heads. One guy puts on a baseball mask and
a catcher's mask.
A catcher's, and then they put on strobe lights and crank the music. And they've clearly, the 3 of them have had sex together so many times that none of them think any of this is weird.
I mean, my favorite detail is that one of them puts on a pinky finger claw.
What the fuck?
It's like, I'm Freddy Cougar, but I'm only one pinky.
What the flying fuck? That is completely and utterly insane, dude.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, she kicks and bites and scratches the heck out of them.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. She mops the floor with these fucking losers. That's great.
We cut from here to a scene of the Conehead professor and his salacious student coming back from dinner.
Yes.
So I guess he just took her out to dinner. They have not done any like sex stuff yet, as we can tell. He asked her, quote, "So, how'd you like dinner?" And then unbuttons her shirt and like strokes her cleavage. It's all very erotic.
What a smooth operator.
It doesn't last for long though because Duffy comes by and rips off his face. And
but it's better. Oh my god! So if we have the typical, "What's that noise? I don't know. I'll go check about it. I'll go check it out." And she's like, "Be careful." And he's like, "I know kung fu." He actually fucking says that.
I missed that. Oh, no.
It's so good. But Duffy kills her while the guy's out of the car. He just strangles her to death off camera, and then he kills the shit out of the professor.
Yeah, he like rips his like lower jaw off.
Yeah, they saved some money by just like painting his jaw red and like putting a little gore on it. But it was good. It was shocking.
It was good.
I thought Duffy was just jealous and wanted to have sex with the professor again.
Yeah, well,
like he has been in the prequel to this movie.
This Conehead is reserved for one.
Yep. Something SNL quote from Conehead's movie quote. How'd I do?
Something. Hang 20!
Yeah.
Two detectives we've never seen before show up at Nash's place with a warrant to search. They're looking for Duffy, apparently, because people have figured out that Duffy is doing all these crimes. So it's just such a weird, I don't know what the fuck is happening. To go find Duffy, Nash goes scootering around. We get some nice Miami Vice-like music here. It's really cool. I love the music.
Miami Vice, but with the transportation that's only a step above Hawaii 5-0.
In a scene that is very near and dear to my heart, Lauren is leaving. We don't know where she was, but she's leaving somewhere, and it's scary, and it's quiet, and she's in a parking garage, and all of a sudden, this crazy man runs up to her and is like, "You forgot this!" It was a scary librarian with awkward social skills, just trying to be helpful. So awesome.
Oh, you wouldn't know anything about that.
Fuck no, dude. I'm a cool dude. Right after this, Nash gives her a lift. He foolishly, I don't know why, he pretends nothing's wrong. I don't know why he has to pretend nothing's wrong. Everything is wrong. Just tell her what's going on. No, she doesn't need to know shit. Great. She goes home, takes a shower. Instead of a nude scene, we get a murder scene. We get Debbie's here looking sick. And I just feel so sad for Debbie. I love her character, and she's so, just sad watching her deteriorate into Monster Debbie.
Agreed. She starts raging at pretty soon thereafter, and Lauren has to clock her in the head with a clock. It's sad. I mean, we feel it. Debbie, the actress playing her, I forgot her name already. But she, she plays a very convincing, very sick woman. But she's not able to shine in the way that she did previously. It's sad. It's sad.
She still has that 184, man.
184.
Smarter than Einstein. I love it.
Breaking the scale.
Nash finally catches up with Duffy. It doesn't go very well. He meets up with him at his place, and it's just more heartbreaking. I never really liked Duffy to begin with, but hey, it's sad when your friend is gonna die.
It's sad when your friend is saying, kill me, and then you shoot him to stop him from killing you. It's always sad.
But then you realize your friend was Duffy, and it's a little better. It's okay.
This is an acceptable loss. This is a Raimi brother the world didn't need.
It's like a Fred Raimi. Oh my god. Nash calls the doctor to tell him that Duffy's dead, and he's like, "I must do an autopsy." But Nash is like, "Joke's on you, motherfucker. I burned his house down," which we don't see because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah, he mentions it several times. If you just mention it enough, it's like we've seen it.
The next day at the newspaper office, we see that there's an "Avoid the Noid" poster at the newspaper office because that's professional.
The Noid, like the
one who hates the pizzas.
Yeah, the Pizza Hut pizzas.
Yeah. More important than that, though, is back at Debbie and Lauren's place. There's even more details. Okay, you ready for this shit?
Yeah.
I didn't see everything, so there might be some stuff I missed. But there's a Bartles and James cutout with the two old men. So if you guys, I know all of you cracked open a Bartles and James at the beginning of this episode, so good for you.
Thanks for your support.
There's a Casablanca poster. Mm-hmm. There's a Sherlock Holmes poster.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an Adamant poster.
Nice.
I think that's everything I saw. There's some other stuff, but not super visible. But I was impressed with yet another pop culture zenith just randomly slapped on the walls of a frickin' character's room.
I mean, these movies that we cover always want you to know exactly their point in time in which they came into existence. It's like their birth certificate. Here's the Avoid the Noid poster.
And remember Bartles and James, everybody?
Thanks for your support.
I think the Noid is maybe responsible for this rage virus.
Well, it is Domino's Pizza, so anything's possible.
Call Domino's Pizza and avoid the noise.
That's when gnarly-looking Debbie attacks. You already said that she clocks her with a clock. I love that.
With a clock. And then they like...
Call the doctor.
Yeah, they give her to Etheridge. And
big mistake.
Yeah,
big mistake.
They're thinking that she's going to be fine with Etheridge, but the second Etheridge gets her alone, he's like, well, sorry, Debbie, you're going to die, but I could experiment on you instead, so how about it? Well, also, you can't consent to this, so I'm just going to say yes.
So not good.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Nash confesses to Lauren about what he did to Duffy, and they're about to make out again. And that's when his gambling roommate shows up. Classic sequence there.
Such a fucking throwaway. Why does that exist?
Because it's quirky and fun.
I guess, but it's kind of
that's
like
Umberto Lenzi. That's his contribution to the screenplay. Did we even mention Lenzi at the beginning of this? How
he has a story credit, right?
Yeah, he's a story credit. That man, he is all film. He's life. Lenzi is life.
Lenzi is the lifeblood. The lifeblood is the Lenzi.
He's the cure.
Did you know that they named the camera lens after him?
He's like, take off the E. It makes me seem like really egotistical. Don't call it a Lenzi. Just call it a lens.
I mean, he's nothing if not humble.
Oh my God, those interviews. Oh, I love him. I love him so much.
We do cut to our frat boys, Lovejoy and company.
Yeah, getting bulked up, ready to rock and roll and party hardy.
They are giggling. They are lifting weights. They are comparing grievous wounds.
Jesus Christ.
They're like saying, let's get thrashed or trashed.
Yeah, they say thrashed.
Thrashed? Okay.
Yeah, dude. It's so good. And then, and Debbie attacks the doctor, so he did not tie her down properly, which is good.
Yeah, stabs out his eyeballs with a hypodermic, right? Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Let's get to this Halloween party,
my God, I'm so ready. Okay. So, yes, this is where things pick back up for me a bit.
Yep.
Because we have Halloween Town levels of costume buffoonery going on here.
It's insane.
I've written down a menagerie of different monsters and costumes we see here. So we see a gorilla carrying Little Bo Peep, a hanged foppish dandy, an axe-brained overalled farmer, a gyrating fish woman, a honky-tonk smoking skeleton, a giant nose, a split-faced skeleton guy who has some great setup where he's able to push a button and his face splits open and there's a skeleton underneath.
Yep.
There's a Jan Svankmajer-esque trio of faces with water faucets for noses.
Which will come into play later.
Oh, for sure. And my favorite, this one is if you're not squinting into the background, you'll miss it. It is someone wearing an Admiral Akbar mask.
Yes.
With gold, a gold lame jumpsuit.
He's actually being interviewed by one of the reporters.
Oh, really?
Later, and he's holding his mask.
Nice. Yeah, just, barely avoiding the 20th Century Fox censors here. Oh, beautiful.
Is that your whole list, or is there more?
That was my list. There's a couple others who pop up later. There's another Bo Peep, who is a large male Bo Peep, who's different. But that's about all I got. Who else you got?
There's Boobs on Backwards guy.
Oh yeah, boobs on backwards.
He's dressed as a very voluptuous woman, but he's got the costume on backwards.
Yeah.
So his pink, beautiful breasts are on his back.
Listen, he had a few too many medicine cabinet beers before he showed up at the Halloween dance.
No, that's just my body type. I was available that weekend. So. This party is insane. The music's pretty cool. You got the 80s frickin' lady in spandex rockin'. Reminds me of a little bit of the band in Once Bitten at that Halloween bash. But this one's just really, really frickin' fun. They bust out the smoke machine. They have colored lights, and there's so many extras. This movie is packed in this sequence. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think that with this looming pandemic of monkey bite fever, we're going to have this like all out zombie festival here, rage fueled things. No, the 5 or 6 participants in this pandemic are going to stay, their numbers are going to stay that low, but there is going to be some carnage, some very, very gory carnage.
Well, listen, I mean, most of the damage is done by the frat brothers, and you have to
Yes.
like go through hazing if you want to join the plague club.
If you want to join the 3 of us have definitely made sweet love to each other repeatedly before moving on.
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, which is fine. That's where they should have stayed. They shouldn't have become rapists.
Yeah.
They just should have been satisfied being lovers.
Ideally, yes.
They should have gone to see Dr. Etheridge, who could have helped them. I'm not sure how. His rat tail is not good. But yeah, this is like just totally insane when they start killing people. Somebody gets hung from the basketball hoop.
Well, it's the guy who's wearing the hanged man costume.
Yes.
Yeah, ironic.
Not a good
right?
look. Not a good idea. They attack the guy with the faucet heads, and when they bite him and stab him or whatever, his faucets bleed blood.
Actual working faucets, isn't that
That's
nice?
so good.
Yeah.
So they're there, and they're trying to get Lauren and Nash. And of course, Debbie's there too. And so they actually end up fighting. Lovejoy, I think, is in. Oh, they're all dressed as skeletons by the flashing, glowing eyes.
Flashing red light eyes. Yeah, it's
I
great.
love that. That's so freaking cool. And so, yeah, they end up literally ripping Debbie apart. So she doesn't get away from them in the end. That like Lovejoy like rips her to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
One of them gets crushed in the bleachers. They have a bleachers that automatically close, but also don't automatically stop when there's a human body inside.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that happens in the faculty as well, right?
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for those bleachers.
Man. Only aliens and frickin' frat boys don't understand how that works.
Yep. One gets, I think, skewered. I think Nash is responsible for that one.
Yeah, with like a frickin' piece of rebar or something through his head. It's so good.
And then after a tussle, this is Lovejoy, I think, the last one, tussling with Lauren. We have him being decapitated with an axe by our boy, Sam Nash.
Yeah. I forgot to mention, at the party, there's a security guard, a funny security guard, who says, "Whatever you're on, don't let me see it." Which was basically what I told people when I was a security guard.
I don't mind smelling it. Just don't let me see it.
When I was a security guard, I told them, "I have no real authority. Don't kill me." So our killers are vanquished after much screaming and silliness and sweating.
Yeah.
And everything's good to go. We have the aftermath of the party. The movie's over. Definitely nothing else could happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
While they're packing up good old Lauren's stuff, we have this nice tranquil music. For some reason, Nash goes down to the car to help her pack the car, but he gives her like a goodbye kiss, even though he's just going downstairs. Leah and I were like, what are they doing? What? They love each other very much. But she gets attacked because, surprise, surprise, Dr. Etheridge is there.
There's one more Bo Peep left in this movie. It's Bo Svensson.
I wonder if Bo of the Great Legion podcast network is related to Bo Svensson. I shall have to ask him.
Give me Bo, or give me death.
Just say Bo to drugs.
Just say Bo as you're thrown off a balcony and become a rag doll.
Okay, so one of the final gags of this movie is so weird. I don't understand what they were going for. So they throw this dude down the middle of this apartment complex balcony, like the circle courtyard, throw him down in it, which is amazing because basically that's every Florida apartment building. We all have this space that we think is going to be safe from a hurricane, so we build this like circle to drown in.
You know what? I think we're now confirmed this is off-campus housing.
Why is that?
Because it's it's like this apartment building that is clearly not run by the campus.
I'm confused.
Why?
We have Floridians do it different.
Do you do different?
So we do different. So
we do different.
They throw this motherfucker off the balcony. He falls to the ground, and oh my god, is he still alive? He appears to be projectile spitting from his mouth. He landed on the sprinkler, and so every few seconds the sprinkler sprays out of his mouth. It is so stupid. I don't know what they were going for.
Well, you know what? Like, now all of his saliva is in the ground, and that grass is going to grow to be beautiful. I don't know, like fruits and vegetables. And
it'll be angry grass, and it's real dumb. I love it.
Do you have bunnies in Florida?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, those bunnies. This is a Night of the Lepus prequel. Yeah.
Post-cool.
My favorite part is that after this, I mean, the sprinkler gag is so fucking funny. It's so goofy. My favorite part is that after doing that, they're just like, let's get out of here. And they don't bother calling the cops. They just drive away.
They just get in the car and go. It's so good.
Yeah, we have like a freeze frame as the credits play over
Oh shit. Wow, this was something else. So you see, folks, you didn't have to be scared because other than that sprinkler spraying his spittle everywhere and doing the whole rabbits eating the grass thing, the tainted grass, you don't have to worry about this pandemic. It's over.
Be very, very afraid of the cute little gigantic bunnies.
Yep. Come to my window.
I'll be home soon.
I'll be beau soon.
Save my beer. It's a red ass world.
Oh my god. So that's it, folks. We did it. Let's talk about this movie. How do we like it? Jeffrey, how do you like this movie?
Well, Richard, I have to say, a turd is a turd is a turd. And I like me some turds. Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. I'm surprised that it's one that is not talked about more frequently. I don't think this is one that I was aware of until maybe last year.
Really?
I think maybe because somebody posted about it in the Doom Show group. I don't even know. I mean, it was. I definitely heard about it. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and I checked it out. And it's very much prime late 80s Italian horror. And, it has a slightly different vibe than the ones that we've covered in the past because it is a little bit more genuinely American in some ways in terms of the, the live sound recording and the American, definitely all American actors. But it still has that, touches of that surreal Euro goodness that we love so much. I think that it does, for me, it becomes a little bit rote in that second half. Not in a bad way, just in kind of like for our podcasting purposes, it's not super, there's a lot of super interesting stuff to talk about, but I think it is a lovely film, one that is better made than most from this period of the same caliber, and one that I will be revisiting frequently. How do you feel?
Nice. I like it. I looked up in the group, and a lot of people, looks like David Assassino mentioned Primal Rage.
I was gonna say, I feel like that this is a David jam.
Yeah. Chris Davies Rowan as well. So yeah, we're in good company here.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy this. I rented this when I was starving for Italian horror back in the early 2000s. I actually found that videotape. Probably not the same one you have, because this was in Tampa. But they had a copy of it at Hollywood Video. This is the same Hollywood Video that had is it The Devil's Daughter? I think it's The Devil's Daughter version of The Sect. And I rented The Sect and this one around the same time. And I liked both very much. But this feels like one of the best post-dubbing Italian horror films. It's just so polished. I don't know why. It just flows really nicely. It has less silly shit to break your brain like Ghost House or something.
Yeah.
It just feels like a real movie. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why Warner Brothers picked it up, other than Carlo Rambaldi was like, yo, my kid made a movie, y'all. Please. Could you please distribute it for me?
I would argue that it is tricking us into thinking it's a real movie, and that it definitely is not a real movie. But it does a good enough job convincing for a moment.
I love that it's a secret Halloween movie. I kind of want to sneak this in our Halloween viewing next year.
Mm-hmm.
Lietta was actually impressed by the costumes, as was I.
Yeah.
We were watching this. Florida movies are always great. I wish more stuff was shot nearer to Tampa, but I'll take what I can get, especially when, for some reason, all college campuses in Florida look the fucking same. I have no idea why. The same architect, made a mint off of Florida. Lots of 80s craziness with all the pop culture shit. Just like you said, the set designer was just told, make this important to the kids.
Throw an elf in, throw a noid in, call it a day.
Oh my God. Oh, avoid the Alf and the pizza.
No.
Something.
Don't.
Yes, and it does get very by the numbers. You mentioned that earlier, where it just is a horror machine. And yes, this is going to hit all those beats.
But that's not a bad thing. We like the numbers.
Exactly. This movie's gory and never boring.
Yes.
Never boring. And I really like the ending stalking scene with Lauren being chased around the locker room, and and the whole thing with Debbie is just so crazy good and sad. So, man, this is quite a winner here. Good job, sir.
Good job, Vittorio
Rambaldi.
Good job, Bo Svensson.
Of course, Spaghetti Nightmares, our illustrious tome here, has something to say about Rage. Rage Furia Primitiva, aka Primal Rage. Gives a nice plot here. Doesn't reveal the ending like they do with all the giallo in the back of the book, where they just spoil everything. But this says, the director is the son of the special effects wizard Carlo Rambaldi. Some good effects, as expected, but the plot and narration are really C-class.
Narration?
Yep. Science fiction horror. Narration?
I don't know what that means. There's no narration in this movie.
No, I think they just meant the narrative.
Okay.
Science fiction horror and ecological film debut for Carlo Rambaldi's son. That's actually one of their nicer reviews. Calling something C-class is like a compliment from them. These fuckers.
COVID class.
Teaching you to wash your frickin' monkeys.
Wash your monkeys in a can of open beer, and they will be immune. If we can have listeners take away anything from this episode, I want it to be that.
Yeah, forget 6 feet away. This is Florida, so 6 flamingos. Stay 6 flamingo lengths away from everybody.
Do flamingos have red asses?
I almost said they do when I'm done with them, but I'm not going to say that.
Cut that out.
I'm cutting that out with scissors, but then I'm taping it back in.
Cut them out with some pizza scissors.
Oh, well, Jeffrey, thank you for joining me.
You're so welcome. I hope that I didn't give you anything by being in such close proximity to you.
Yes. Unprotected Skype.
But if I did give you something, I hope it kills you quickly.
Promise?
No promises.
All right. Folks, thanks for listening. Take care and watch out, because monkey bites, but not monkey bone. But you could also monkey bone. I don't care.
Must be Florida.
Hello, This is the Doom Show is a proud member of the Legion Podcast Network. Please check out the other podcasts on legionpodcasts.com. If you'd like more Hello, This is the Doom Show, go to hellodoomshow.podomatic.com or go to doomedmoviethon.com for the archives. If that's still not enough, go to @doomedmoviethon on Twitter. You can write in to Hello, This is the Doom Show. Use the email doomedmoviethon@gmail.com. Doom Show episodes are available on record and 8-track cassette.